Many times on the BBC Newcastle Breakfast Show, Melanie Hartshorn from Northumberland, back home from Spain now after having yet another life-saving operation on her spine. Now, Melanie's got a condition called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which causes her skull to sink into her spine, meaning she spent years unable to even sit up and having scores of seizures every day. She could sneeze and just put a bone out of joint, as simple as that. It's horrendous. And she took a turn for the worse in January, prompting another fundraising effort to get her back to the specialist surgeon in Spain. That led to a mystery donation of £10,000. Still doesn't know who that's from. I caught up with Melanie to see how she's getting on and if she knows who this mystery donor is. So another big operation for you, Mel. What did it involve this time?
Oh, it was worse than ever. This time what happened was I had an asthma attack and all the coughing caused the middle bit between the two fusions that wasn't fused to become unstable and start dislocating.
Oh dear.
I couldn't breathe properly. And when it clicks back in, it snapped the bar at the top where the screws were broken during my knee operation, and it broke that again. So the whole thing was broken, and I had to go from skull right down to the bottom of my back and fuse the whole lot. I couldn't even swallow. I couldn't have a drink of water or anything without the bone popping out, and I'd start seizing. So I couldn't be left alone. I had someone sat at the top of the bed 24/7 to pull my head. I'm just so lucky that the team knows so well, and we got over there as soon as I could. But then he took one look at us and said, right, I want you in theatre in an hour to put you in a halo. So I spent a week in a halo until they could get us in a theatre, and then it was a 13-hour operation to fuse the whole thing top to bottom.
And when you go into that kind of operation, you must fear the worst.
I did this time. I couldn't move my hands. I had to lie and push the bone with my fingers to hold it in place. So every time I started falling asleep and my hands moved, I would start fitting again.
How are you feeling now? How have you recovered since?
Well, I'm in a lot of pain and I can only sit for about an hour at the minute. I haven't had any seizures. And I can swallow and eat and drink and talk, and my memory's coming back. It's going to be a really long, slow recovery.
And the fundraiser, where do you stand with your fundraising target? And tell me about that £10,000 donation.
We've got about 8,000 left to raise to hit the 50,000 target, but it went way over because obviously I had to have a lot longer in hospital, and I had to have the halo, which was an extra surgery. So we've had to borrow money that we need to pay back as well. We're basically stuck in Spain because I wasn't well enough to fly home. So the only way I could get home was by air ambulance, and we're really, really lucky that the air ambulance company, Capital Air Ambulance, offered a discount. So we needed 10,000 to get home, and then I got this anonymous donation, which meant we could book the flight straight away and come home. That was fantastic.
And you've no clue, no idea where that came from?
No, it was just anonymous on Melanie's Mission GoFundMe. Couldn't believe it when it came through.
Wow. And what is next for you, Melanie?
I've got osteoporosis, so my bones are quite weak. So what we need is all this bone from my skull and my pelvis to fuse solid around the metal, and then everything will be fine. But if it doesn't fuse solid, then it's weak. It can break again. So they're wanting us on treatment for my bones, but they could only send us home with 1 month's worth. And I'm having trouble getting it. I'm having to go private to see a specialist over here to try and see what he can recommend, what would be the best treatment and the best way of getting it. And we haven't got the money. And I need it so that the fusion will work and the surgery will be successful.
Melanie Hartshorn, and good luck to her and for progress there from Cramlington. And you can read more about her fundraising efforts on the Melanies Mission to Live website.
Making a